In this video, we're gonna master box cutter in only a few minutes. Let's go. Look, modeling is important, I know, but so is everything else in the design process. In our free Hard Surface Jumpstart course, you will not only feel more comfortable with hard surface modeling, but also confident with rendering and excited about your new game-changing portfolio. Link is in the video description. Let's get started. Hi guys, Ryuu here from Blender Bros, and let's get started. Tempus Fugitive. So first of all, when you install your hardops on BOXCUTTER, install hardops first and BOXCUTTER second. The reason is basically you want this hardops icon to be above BOXCUTTER, so when you press Alt W to enter BOXCUTTER hardops mode, because you can flip between them pressing Alt W, you want to enter BOXCUTTER first, and let me show you why. Okay, so if I have a cube here and I'm gonna press Q, I can access hardops menu. I'm in BOXCUTTER, right? When I press D, I can access BOXCUTTER menu, but when I switch to hardops and press D, problem. So when you click Alt W, you want to enter BOXCUTTER immediately, because most of the time you're going to be working in BOXCUTTER anyway, so that just saves you a one click. If you want to leave BOXCUTTER hardops, press W. Now why would you want to leave BOXCUTTER hardops? Well, BOXCUTTER shares the menu with decal machine, so when you press D in BOXCUTTER mode, you're gonna see the BOXCUTTER menu, but when you leave BOXCUTTER, press D, you're gonna enter decal machine, okay? So they share the same shortcut, so you need to turn it off to be able to use one or the other, okay? Cool, so now let's talk about settings, because it's important. Now, first of all, what you wanna do is you want to go here to BOXCUTTER, so Alt W, go to this cogwheel and turn on this option, which is right mouse button to cancel. Now, that's my preference. You don't need to do this, but I like to work fast. Basically what it does, when I'm going to turn the end gun on, it simply cancels the entire end gun with one click. Otherwise you need to click twice to remove each of these points. Very annoying. Secondly, Shift V and turn on this option, View Align in Ortho. Basically what it will do, whenever you're in orthographic view and you want to cut something, the cut's going to go orthographically, which means straight on, right? And when you're in perspective mode, the cutter is going to align themselves to a surface that you are actually drawing them on. Make sense? So let's talk about BOXCUTTER menus. D menu is the main menu of BOXCUTTER and Shift V is the alignment menu, okay? Sometimes you may be using it. Basically, you're going to be changing here from local nearest edge to longest edge to change the alignment of your cutters if you have problems with aligning your cutter to a specific orientation of your object or face, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to talk about cutters. First of all, you got circle, square, and angle. We're not going to talk about custom cutters. If you want to learn more about these, watch my other videos on hardops and BOXCUTTER, or grab our ultimate guide to hardops and BOXCUTTER, which basically talks about it in great detail. Now, these three, right? Simple thing. So let's grab a circle, perspective mode, click, drag your mouse, release your mouse, move your mouse, click or press space. That's how you approve cutter, okay? Now, this will basically create a cutter, remove it from the view and put it in cutters collection, which by the way, BOXCUTTER creates automatically. Let me show you, okay? If I delete that caret key, right? Watch. See, automatically BOXCUTTER creates a cutter collection and you can turn it on and off by pressing Shift 2. So Alt H to reveal it, Shift 2 to hide it and unhide it, okay? Very convenient. Now let's talk about things that you can do with the cutters, okay? First of all, D and select your type of cutter, so circle, and click, perspective mode, click, drag, release, move your mouse, and then you can do many things. For example, you can press B for bevel, right? You can press T for solidification. You can press Shift T for taper, right? You can press V for array, X to change your axis, and scroll your mouse to change the number of arrays, right? And you can also press R to rotate it, okay? So many things. Then you can press Tab to sort of pause your cutter, and then you can move around, rotate, pan, zoom in, zoom out. Then you can move it up or down, all right? You can make it larger or smaller. You can make it shallower or deeper, and also you can adjust the bevel, which is very convenient. Now in this mode here, you can press B and you can adjust the bevel. If you move to the left, you're gonna reset it. Move to the right, you're gonna create a chamfer. To the left again, bevel, chamfer, bevel, chamfer, you know what I mean? And then left click or space to confirm, or right click to cancel, right? You can cancel the cutter. So there you go, these are the basics, right? Another trick that you can do with cutters is pretty cool. It's a double bevel, quad bevel, okay? So create a cut, press B for bevel, right? Scroll your mouse. And if you press Q, you can create a quad bevel. Now with a quad bevel, on a square like this, if you press Shift F, you can actually flip the bevel to the top, which is pretty cool, all right? So you can create kind of like a flipped bevel on top of it. I just add weighted normals and bevel, and this looks pretty good, okay? Awesome. So these are the very basics of cutting. Then with an end gun, what you can do, you can turn off cyclic. This is really cool. When you do that, you will see kind of like a thicker cut. You can press T for solidification to make it thicker, press B to actually bevel it, and then press space to cut it. You can also use cutters outside selection. So if there's nothing selected, you can draw on the floor, press B, for example, here, then click E, move up, space, and you got a wall. Okay, peachy. All right, let's talk about different modes of cutting, okay? So if I'm gonna draw a regular cut here, that's a cut, right? If I press X, that's a slice. If I press X again, that's an intersection. If I press X again, that's an inset boolean, right? If I press T here, I can adjust this inset inside. It's really cool. You can also press B and Q. You can bevel them all, right? Fantastic. And X again to go back to this cutter. Now, if I cut this and draw a cutter around it, drag it down and press Y, I'm gonna extract that cutter. So now I have this cut here, extracted, and I can use it to cut shapes on my box. Okay, cool, awesome. Now if you're stuck in this custom mode here, what you can do is press D and leave the custom mode by pressing simply on the box. Okay, what I want to show you now here is the join boolean, which is basically union. Okay, so draw a cut, then press J, press E, right, and boom. And we apply this. This is a join boolean, so basically union. Okay, and now let me show you a few tricks. Okay, so let's say that you have this edge here and it's rotated and you can't really align very well. Let's apply the rotation here. Okay, so we're gonna apply the rotation, and when I'm gonna be drawing cutters, you see they're gonna align themselves to local orientation. So this is the case when you're gonna be using Shift V and aligning to nearest edge, right? See what I mean? Or for example, longest edge. Or if nothing works, what you can do is go here, click on this draw line, okay, draw a line, right? Then draw a box, then press your left mouse button, create a cut, and press space, okay? So there are many ways of aligning your cutters. Now when you want to draw an end gun cut like this, everything is fine. But what if you wanted to actually change the angle of the initial cut, right? You draw a cut like this, you hold your mouse, and then you can snap it to increments. Now by default, it's gonna be 15 degrees, okay? But you can change it to, for example, 5. Also, you can disable the angle lock, okay? So now I'm gonna be snapping every 5 degrees. If you wanna switch that off temporarily, you can hold Control to remove the angle lock completely. There's gonna be a free fall basically, okay? So free angle. So this is gonna allow you to align your cutter perfectly to whatever angle that you want. Now, you've seen these dots, okay? These dots actually, they're gonna be kind of appearing here and there when BOXCUTTER finding kind of like a perfect alignment with whatever you're cutting. Next really cool option you're gonna be using a lot is a knife, okay? So let me show you. Draw a cut like this, press K, space, done. And the knife's gonna go through the whole mesh, and then you can use stuff like, for example, Alt and macro with, with hard ups, right? Now, when you're gonna activate knife cut, you're gonna get stuck in knife cut. So if you wanna turn it off, go to D menu and switch from knife to cut, okay? That's important, all right? And Bob's your uncle. The best way to explain you where I would be using knife cut is this, okay? I'm gonna create an array here, so press V here, and maybe create that many, right, and slice through. Now, if I'm gonna apply this, you'll see that this line is gonna be kind of ugly, right? So if I wanted to have these lines in a bit more of an order, what I'm gonna do is, create a cut here, press K, and slice this whole thing with a knife, right? So I don't have to play with loops and shit, it's really quick, okay? And then when I'm going to apply this, I'm going to have a beautiful line here connecting them all in the middle. So when I'm going to run a bevel, I'm going to have a problem with shading, which is really important. I use this option quite a lot. Just remember to switch back to cut after you finished using knife, okay? I'm going to show you a few more tricks, which are really handy. So let's just enable cavity and let's go to cycles. Alt M, let's apply a material, and let's shift to this cube here, and we're going to apply a different matte, okay? And going to be a brighter one. Let's make it crazy so you can really easily see the difference between them, okay? Now watch. If I'm gonna cut this cube, right, and with a regular cut, everything is fine, you know, the same color, whatever. But what you can do, you can go here to D menu, and under material, you can actually choose the mat you wanna cut with. Now you're gonna be cutting with this mat on the right. How cool is that? And you can change it as many times as you want, just, you know, assign different material. That is pretty neat, especially when you're in a hurry, okay? And the last thing I'm gonna show you is dots. This is really important, okay? If you want to align your cut precisely to, let's say, a middle of the face, it will be a little bit difficult. But what you can do is you can click on this dot alignment here, okay? Not this one. Don't mistake them. They're two different things, okay? This is a Blender one. This is BOXCUTTER one, okay? Press D, go to circle, and now if you hold Control, you will see dots. They will be created in the middle of the faces, edges, etc. It's really easy to align. So hold Control, and in perspective mode, right? Draw a cut here, and you're gonna draw from the center, okay? You're gonna be dead on center, right? See what I mean? Perfectly in the middle. This is fantastic for aligning cutters, okay? So if you wanna draw, for example, like a square cut, Control, create a cut here, and off you go. Easy peasy, Japanese. All right, cool. So guys, there are many other options in BOXCUTTER. We just scratched the surface, but these are the most important ones that you should be using every day, okay? So if you wanna go more in depth, just, you know, watch my other videos, or just grab our course, Ultimate Guide to Hard Ups and BOXCUTTER, which explain everything in detail, every single tool. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.